Welcome, listener, to another night in the archives. The hour grows late, but the fire is still warm, and the shelves, ever restless, have offered up something curious once again. I am the archivist, and it's my duty, or perhaps it is my obsession, to uncover the forgotten fragments of our realms. Letters, journals, missives that were never sent. The quiet voices that history almost let slip away. Tonight I'll read to you one such piece. The parchment is fragile, the words, they're heavy with time, but if we listen carefully, perhaps we can hear the echoes of the soul who wrote them, and the world that they once belonged to. So then, let us begin. I have before me a collection of papers, a letter, several missives, and the record of the archivist that pieced together the dreadful events. The archives here work a magic of their own. The archivist in question noted that much of the correspondence was damaged or weathered beyond legibility, yet they are here before me. Weathered, certainly, but intact, and curiously cool to the touch, despite the soot marks they carry. Part 1. The walls still stand. My dearest Alara, I hope this letter finds you, though truthfully, I don't know if it can. The ravens have stopped coming for nearly a week now, and even the old messenger hawks won't roost near the walls anymore. They circle above once, twice, then turn back to the forest. I can't blame them. The air here tastes of iron and ash. Even the sky looks tired. Still, I write, because writing is the only thing that reminds me I'm still alive, that there's still something inside me that remembers gentler days, your laughter over morning tea, the way sunlight fell through the vines on the balcony, the sound of river bells in the valley below our home. Here, the only music is the creak of wood under strain and the groan of stone giving way. The fortress is holding, but barely. Every night we patch another wall, brace another tower, replace another torch. The commander says we endure. That's what Fellwatch does. I wish you could see this place as it once was. The great hall used to gleam with banners and golden shields. Now the fabric hangs in tatters, gold flaked away by frost. We burn broken furniture now, chairs, old carts, anything that will keep the cold from taking us before the enemy does. The walls still stand, barely. You can hear the siege engines before dawn, a deep, slow rhythm like a heartbeat underground. They haven't attacked in full force for days, but every few hours, a reminder. A stone, hurled from somewhere beyond the tree line, crashes into the outer rampart. It's almost a ritual now. The groan, the impact, the echo that rolls across the valley like thunder. The men flinch less each time. We've grown used to waiting for the sound. It's almost worse when it doesn't come. The forest, it's closer than before. I don't mean in distance, though the snowdrifts hide how far it's crept. I mean it feels closer, as though it's listening. When I stand my watch at night, the air grows so still that I can hear my heartbeat echo off the stone. And just beyond the walls, nothing. Not wind, not birds, not even the creak of branches, only silence. A silence that feels like breath held too long. Some of the younger soldiers whisper that the trees move at night, that the shapes we see at the edge of torchlight are not shadows at all. One swore he saw antlers, tall as a man, shifting between the trunks, watching. Another said he found footprints in the snow that led right up to the gate and vanished. I used to laugh at such tales, but lately, I don't laugh so much. The fire in the barracks burns lower each night. We will ration wood and oil carefully now. There are 47 of us left, though that number changes with each dawn. A few went out beyond the walls last week to hunt, to look for roots beneath the frost. Only one returned. He hasn't spoken since. He just stares at the fire with eyes like glass. We tried to ask him what happened. He opened his mouth, but no sound came out. Then he looked down at his hands and began to weep. The commander says we'll hold until spring. He says the reinforcements will come from the capital when the passes thaw. No one's heard from the capital in months. The last message we received was written in a hand that shook, and it ended with the words, "Do not let them in." Alara, I remember when I left home, how proud I was to wear this crest, to guard the borderland. They told us we were keeping the darkness at bay, but no one told us the darkness had roots, that it could wait, patient as stone, until we grew too tired to resist. Sometimes I dream of the river. I dream of dipping my hands into the water and washing away the ash. I wake up, and for a heartbeat, I can almost hear it. The current, the bells, the sound of children laughing in the distance. But then the wind moves through the cracks again, and it's gone. Do you remember that spring festival, the year before I left? You wore a crown of ivy, and the candles reflected off the wine in your glass. You told me to write every day, so that you would know I was still safe. I laughed, because I thought safety was something that could be promised. Now I write, because it's all I have left to give you. Each word feels like a thread back home, thin, fragile, but enough to keep me from unraveling completely. There's a place on the eastern wall where the stone has split. Through the gap, you can see the first light of dawn when the fog is thin. It's the only color here besides gray. A small line of gold between ruin and sky. Some mornings I stand there and imagine that the light is touching you too, miles away, somewhere warm and alive. If this letter finds you, tell Mother I'm well enough. Tell her that the walls still stand. Tell her that her son still dreams of the valley, of spring mornings, the way the river bends beneath the orchard hill. And if the birds will not fly this far, then perhaps the wind will carry these words. Perhaps when you open your window, you'll feel the same cold breeze and know it came from me. I will write again when the next raven comes, if it comes. And if it doesn't, then let this be enough. Let it be proof that I tried to hold the line, that I did not break before the walls did. Remember me kindly, Alara, not as a soldier of stone and frost, but as the man who once built you a crown of wildflowers and promised he'd come home. Until then, know that the walls still stand. Always yours, Corin Hale. Another letter returned to silence. I often wonder what became of those whose words we've just read, whether their stories ended in peace, or if their echoes still linger, waiting for someone, anyone, to remember. But for now, this one will rest here, among the other voices of the forgotten. Thank you for keeping me company tonight, here amongst the dust and the candlelight. If you'd like to hear more of the stories I've uncovered, the archives are always open. You need only listen. And if you have stories that you would like to add to the archive, or know where I can unearth more, send your missives by courier or scrying stone. Until next time, traveler.